Hello guys. So I played through Pokemon Shield once before scripting and having the idea for this video, but I mostly forgot all about it, other than that I actually quite disliked it. So my expectations are not high at all with me starting the game over and starting the script. So yeah, maybe it can actually surprise me with how good it is. Probably not though. I mean, I remember the animation, especially of Pokemon Overworld, being rather terrible, the plot really lacking, and that it just feels like a skeleton without meat, bones, flesh, etc. So let's see if it actually is like that. First, let's start with my expectations and what I generally do remember. So, first of all, the game's easy and Gigantamax is broken, and if you don't mess up, you can pretty much win everything with Dynamax. Number two, the animations are awful, especially of the Pokemon overworld, like I just mentioned. 3. The gym challenge, and especially the gyms in there, suck terribly and are really annoying. And that the story is actually rather short. I mean, how I played through it was that I went ahead and played, I think, once a month for 1 hour, and I beat it soon. Nah, it was actually once a day for an hour. Like I played each day for 1 hour after I got home from work, and then I beat the game in, I think it was less than a month or 1 or 2 months. So yeah, that's why I remember that the story is quite short. So I opened the game, call myself Kurugami, set the language to English because why not? Nah, the actual reason being that I'm making this video in English, not in German or Japanese or whatever. So I don't want to mess up any English Pokemon names or names of places. So that's why I'm generally using the English version because that's how I can get all of that information without looking it up. So yes, I'm lazy. So I get greeted by an opening scene of a gym, the league, with a random stadium in the middle of nowhere, and I get the rundown of what Pokemon is. It's not that I have played Pokemon since I was 7 and started with Pokemon Black 1, which also is one of my favorite Pokemon games. No, definitely not. Definitely. Because, yeah. So, anyways, the guy in the suit throws out an ugly elephant creature and talks more of what I already know. He says that what trainers are, etc., just the standard stuff for someone who never played Pokemon, which is quite boring for me, which I basically got over by spamming the B button. He finally tells me to play. First, he finally tells us, the player, that he's Rose and introduces the champion Leo, who just ninjas his way into the arena through smoke. Doesn't make much sense. Anyhow, we meet Raihan and I Gigantamax Charizard into a title card. So yeah, that's basically the start to our game. Wasn't too bad with the animation actually, and yeah. So we see ourselves in the living room and our rival goes to the house. I am just watching videos on the road to a phone, like the phone with the Rotom thingy in it. So we get our first Pokemon, and a Pokemon will become Inteleon, the Pokemon called Sobble. Just because I really like Inteleon, and I like that type. I just like the Pokemon, okay? I just seriously wish I could skip all of this intro shit because it's seriously like, hey, I know all this fucking shit. Especially because I played Pokemon for fucking 10 years plus. So, anyways, Lily is what I'll call the channel from now, just because I think the name is hilarious. Is at a stadium and as cringe as always, posing too much for taste. What feels like half an hour later, Lily finally fucking shows us our starters. We don't get to choose them, he just shows them to us. In an animation, it's actually rather sweet. Yeah, not too bad. And I chose Sabo, as mentioned, because I like it, and I call it Skylar. yeah, we got a Kawaii scene of buddying, Hotpick Score Bunny, so again easy rivalry, and it's a champ battle because because he will use the last Pokemon, which is the grass type, which I accommodated for, but since his main Pokemon is actually, excuse me, the Charizard, it's easier for me. So I took all of this into account. So we party, and the next day, rival battle. It's easy, and I win in a few moves. I won't go into detail about the dialogue, and I'm just doing a quick run of the game, by the way, because most of the lines, especially during combat, are like, "Wow, you know the type advantage, you're a prodigy," or "Oh wow, you're a really good trainer," and I'm like, "Bitch, I played this for 10 years, and the game literally tells me." Yeah. Anyways, we get told about the gym challenge, and I get a small leg spike, so that's quite the annoying part for me because leg spikes are just, for me, show that the game is rather poorly done. Anyways, I enter the first rule I ran into, already want to end myself due to one encounter by stepping a millimeter into the fucking grass. We get Extreme Fox, see the legendary, alongside script loss. We get to go to start a gym challenge, but first, Pokedex. God, if this stuff could just all be skipped, I would love Pokemon way more. This is seriously something Nintendo should implement because I'm just like, skip. I want a skip button for this. Like, you could just say in the options like, have you played Pokemon before? And then if you say yes, it asks you, do you still remember what it is about? And if you say no, then you have the tutorial. If you say no first, you also get the tutorial, but if you say no on the second time, you also get it. And then on the first time, you also, and if you on the second time say no, you also get the tutorial. So it's like, did you play Pokemon before? No, tutorial. Have you played Pokemon before? Yes. Do you still remember how to play it and what it's about? No, tutorial. Yes, no tutorial, and you get thrown into the game story immediately, which would be way nicer. Anyhow, we go to the lab and get greeted by a cute doggo Pokemon, and you get meet the assistant of the professor called Sonia. We get the Pokedex, and then I get told what a Poke Center is. I skip to the next big point being the gym challenge, but I generally like the art style so far. So we get into the wild area, and so much fucking useless dialogue. Anyhow, in the wild area I add an Galarian Zigzagoon, Musuyama, and a Honedge that I call Satori. Now, we're finally in the actual first town, called Monostoke. Decided to do the fucking gym challenge. So I entered the arena, sign up, meet a second rival, the pink trainer soul. We don't know his name yet. I sign up as number 218, and I'm forced to go into an inn, learn about the hero of Gala, and have our first encounter with Team Yell and meet our third rival, Marnie. Next day. It seriously is quite boring to me, and I get bored by Pokemon games actually rather easily because I'm like, yeah, I don't really enjoy playing them right now. Pokemon Shield kind of killed itself. Pokemon Shield was a boring game in my opinion. Sorry, I had to drink something. Because I'm trying to do this in as much of a single take as possible. Anyhow, we go to Monostoke for the opening ceremony. Rose gives us a nice little speech and see and learn the names of our gym leaders, but I'll only tell you the names when we get to them because it's easier, and listing them all here is just basically reading a list. And I hate reading lists. I have found it out in the Overlord video where I generally wanted to list all of the anime characters. Where I was like, okay, So I opened the wiki on split screens, pressed record, and just scrolled down while reading. It was such a long list, and I hope you forgive me for this. Anyhow, we entered the arena in epic scene, I don't know, and we're back on the outside again with a single cutaway. To the first gym we go after talking to Rose and Leon and adding a Rodekai to the team, which I lovingly called Benimaru, after a character from TTIGRAS. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, and evolving Skylar into a drizzle, as well as meeting the pink Assault train again, which is when we finally fucking learned that his name is Beat, who's arrogant as frick, and we just beat him up basically. I mean, I didn't stream or record any gameplay, but I'll talk about what I used against gym leaders and describe the battles. I was listening to an album of a German YouTuber while playing, by the way, just so I could actually keep my focus on the game and I wouldn't just be on my phone 24/7, text with the person who name was Starter after. Also, if you're watching this, hello. I know you're not called Skylar, and you didn't call yourself Skylar, but if you're watching this, you know that I mean you, so shoutouts to you. Yeah, anyways, I listened to the album of that German YouTuber called Marty Fischer. The album is called Album 1, by the way. It's on Spotify, just also where I listen to it. He also has one song on it on his YouTube channel. It's called Der Gang. You can look it up if you want to. I hope I don't forget to post links to all of this into the description, because that would actually be very good to have if some of you wants to check it out. And the music is like, it's jazzy and yeah, relaxing. Anyhow, the game is actually quite good so far. Not too great, but I also wouldn't consider it actually quite. I also wouldn't call it terrible. But until now, it was only 90% dialogue and cutscenes and 10% actual gameplay. So I was like, speed the fucking game up. I want to beat up Pokemon. That's why I'm here. So we finally arrive at the Turffield Stadium, where Milo is the leader. We meet outside the town, and after Sonny tells us something about the darkest day, some shit, conspiracy theories go brr, we go to the gym like nothing happened. We change into a uniform, which I'm quite annoyed by because I think it literally looks ugly as fuck. Anyways, we do the challenge. We saw through the challenge and get to Milo. Before going to meet him and killing him, I heal my Pokemon. I walk out to mess Milo up, and the battle starts. The battle music rocks, by the way. So I send Benimaru out first, but since he doesn't have a fire attack, I use a Smackdown to get some damage in before he gets KO'd. Milo uses a Gossifleur in all of this, and it uses Absorb and brings me down to 27 HP. I repeat my action. Milo uses Magic Leaf and kills Benimaru. I use Satori and use Fury Cutter to kill the enemy, but I only bring it down into the red. Milo uses Magic Leaf again, but I use same move to end the Gossifleur's life. He sends out the Elder Gloss. I keep Satori in and Dynamax. And I use Max Airstream, but he also Dynamaxes, obviously. Which is actually one of the more boring parts, because as soon as they are in the last Pokemon, they just Dynamax, and if you don't have the right Pokemon out, just wait 3 turns, Dynamax your Pokemon, use Dynamax moves, and you're good. So yeah. He is fast and uses Max Overgrowth, only dealing 8 HP of damage. I deal half life, so I repeat my action while Milo gets to yellow. And uses the same move again, this time dealing 10 damage. I repeat my action and kill Milo and get my first puzzle piece of a badge. I mean, the attack system in Pokemon is that the Pokemon attack on a spectrum of damage. It's not that they generally are like, hey, I don't know, we do a set amount of damage with this move. No, sometimes hits are stronger, sometimes hits are weaker. It's like actually quite realistic, and I like that actually. It's always been like that, but it's a nice detail. Anyhow, I moved to the next city, beat up some TL grunts, get a bike, and call it a day. For the first day of replaying the game, not so bad so far, I kinda enjoy the game. It's fun. Kinda. Anyhow, I start the game again and I'm kinda hot. I already don't want to battle him, but anyways, he starts with Wooloo, I go in with Musuyama, he then uses a Corkswide and a Reboot. Final Pokemon. Now we can fucking finally enter the next dam called Hulbury. We see a lady, later revealed as an Olivia, talking for the German, saying that he has no time and is busy, who's basically rose in shorts, a long sleeve shirt and sunglasses alongside a cap. In my opinion, this just looks absolutely ridiculous, but thanks to Article 13, I can show it because this video is actually recorded before it comes out and I don't want to risk shit. So, yeah, you're just gonna have to live with that. Especially because it's unclear how it works until now, I'm just future proofing. Anyhow, Beat is there as well, but he fucks off quickly. Thank God. He then tells us about how the challenge he then talks to us now about the challenge, about the chairman. We meet Nessa at the lighthouse and we get to her and tell her to get the fuck to the gym. We now head to the gym and beat Nessa. Or go to the gym to beat Nessa rather. Why I phrase it like that, you'll see soon. So I enter the gym and face the most annoying puzzle as far as I remember, next to the snow one. Fighting through the gym makes me think Benimaru is actually a rather bad addition to the game team, but he will stay for now. But just as I noted this, the bastard evolves into charcoal and learns flame charge. Also, what I'm also thinking about after I finish the first part of this video is that I will swap out Rimuru for a stronger grass type that actually can evolve and doesn't need to be traded to evolve. Anyhow, I still saw through the challenge and I'm now up against Nessa, aka the hardest part to Stripped. Because you have to type while they're doing it and it doesn't show up for long, so yeah, anyway. So Benimaru is a sacrificial lamb if you mess up because he's a pure fire type. So we start a fight with Benimaru. Why do you never change the order of my team? I'm a fucking idiot. Anyhow, she starts with the Goldeen. I smack her down. She uses Whirlpool, and since I can't exchange Benimaru, I use Smackdown again. Nessa uses Water Powers, then Benimaru faints. How unexpected. I yeet in Skylar and use Bind. Nessa uses Horn Attack, I use Water Gun. Nessa uses Agility, I repeat my action, but Nessa uses Horn Attack, and since she's now faster than me, yeah, she hits me before, but she loses the trade-off by the fact that her Pokemon faints. Next is an Aracuda. I hope I pronounced it correctly. I stay in and use Bind. She uses Bite, I use Water Gun, Nessa uses Bite again, I heal Skylar, Nessa uses Alcohol Chat, I use Water Gun, Nessa's Pokemon faints. So I keep Skylar in and Dynamax it, while Nessa sends in a Droodmaw. I use Max Geyser, Nessa Dynamaxes, who would have thought, and uses Max Strike. I repeat my action, Nessa does too, and I lose my Pokemon. I yeet in Musuyama and use Snarl. MX Strike. That was a mistake in the script, I'm very sorry. One hit KOs me before I can attack. Luckily, Nessa's Dynamax ends. I use Aerial Ace. I lose the battle in the next trade-off. So I backtrack and catch myself Punk Kaboo and call it Rimuru, which I just talked about. I thought I mentioned that already, sorry. So I go back to retry the battle and start with Benimaru, and I'll just skip to the point where I fight the last Pokemon because it's so long in the script. I switch in Rimuru, who is heavily underleveled, but I use Max Overgrowth. Nessa Dynamax uses Max Darkness, one-shotting my Pumpkaboo. Zen Skylark, and I basically lose the battle from there. So I go to grind Rimuru and Musayama. It works because fuck is XP share, and I hate it, which I can't turn off, and it's just stupid. But at least Musayama evolves into a fucking Linoon. And I call it a day. Next time I keep running Rimuru up. While doing so, I added Dupiter? I don't know, to the party and call it Shion. And I realized that it was basically useless and I already have a water type, so I remove her from the team. So I fight Nessa again, and for the first time, I think about the order of the Pokemon. I challenge her again and lead with Musayama and a Shadow Ball. Horn attack, I repeat my action, Nessa uses agility and to be faster than me. I just repeat my action. Nessa uses Horn attack before me, and Nessa uses Horn attack while I use Shadow Ball again, KOing the Goldeen. I stay in and use Aracuda. While she uses Aracuda, my bad. I use Shadow Ball, I suddenly missed what Nessa used. This is why the script is actually so annoying to write, because I get the attack through what it says in the bottom, and due to me having bad memory, I immediately have to write it down. So it's like, don't miss it, always look at the screen before you select an attack, write it down. You don't know how it goes, have fun, and it is so annoying. So anyway, I repeat my action, but she's faster and kills Muzu with Aqua Jet before it could even attack. So I eat Satori in and use Aerial Ace. Ness uses Bite and she's faster than me. I missed and repeat my action while Ness uses Bite again. I use Shadow Sneak and finish Ness's Pokemon. I switch to Rimuru, who's now at an appropriate level, and Dynamax. She uses her Dreadnought, obviously Dynamaxed. I used Overgrowth, she maxed Darkness, and fucking one-shots Rimuru! What the fuck? Like, I obviously use... I obviously lose due to fucking bullshit! Like, seriously, what is it with Nintendo and distinguishingly hard first gyms or second, third gyms? Like, Whitney and a Miltank, Nessa and a Drutner, or the fucking Poison type Gym in Black 2! Sorry, I'm a bit ill. No, I don't have the corona. Like, what the fuck's up with that? There's no drinking tea when I'm recording this. Like, seriously, what the fuck is this? Just reading this in my script just annoyed me so much. So anyways, I called it the fucking day because I was fucking pissed. So anyways, I come back days later and beat Ness with Max Overgrowth. I fucking hate her now, and we finally get the fucking badge. Let's go to Monostoke. But wait, outside the gym we run into Oleana, whose name for some reason changed, because it was Olivia before, who wants us to meet Rose, and we get his call and we go to the seafood restaurant. I personally hate seafood. I don't like fish or any seafood in general. I tried fish multiple times, I just don't like it. Anyhow, Sunny is also there and we talk about all things. So, and here is a small shout out to another thing. Maybe not that interesting to people who are actually native speakers in English, but to those few Germans out there. That day, while playing Pokemon, I listened to the Einfach Glücklich, der 5 Minuten Freudekick podcast by Thomas Breziner. I really liked his books as a kid, and he is a nice guy, and the podcast just gives him a really nice and fun vibe. He generally does his best to keep it fun, and I really enjoy the podcast. I love it. Again, I am not sponsored by any of these people. I just shout them out because I think they're good. And yeah, so I I'm actually going to do that for each day what I was listening to, just because I think it's quite fun to know. Because, yeah, and that day with Nessa I actually didn't listen to anything. Anyhow, back to the story. We retaliate from Sonia after the talk and leave for Mines number 2. And kill Beat, the guy who should fucking pull the stick out of his fucking rear end. More commonly known as the ass. And I feel like I should copy an analogy that DuckDuck used for basically the whole fucking game. It's like making a hot pocket. You take it out the package and press a button. Like, seriously. That is what this game feels like. You send out your Pokemon, aka take the hot pocket out of the packet, put it in the microwave, aka put it in battle, and press a button. Use the super effective move, which you know after you at least lost once. So stupid. Anyhow, I'm not adding a Pokemon to the party, and we chat with Molly and beat her up before sleeping and going to the next gym. But before doing so, I call it a day because Molly's more Pekka's Bite always flinches and kills me and does like 70 base damage. I actually hate Pokemon. I also can't look at Pokemon videos because I get bored watching them. Small thing I should have added, I get bored. I added it as well already, but just to reiterate it, and because I'm probably talked about it quite fast now and lately as well. I hope you can just turn the speed of the video down. I'm very sorry for this. I get bored of Pokemon games actually rather quickly as of late. Due to me not really liking the series anymore. I mean, I play a lot of Call of Duty, Smash, and I actually picked up Overwatch today again, yesterday, at the time of recording this, which is the 3rd of May. Anyhow, so yeah, I don't want to play for long, and I force myself to play the game rather than actually play it because I like it or it's fun to me. But I do it because I want to make this video. So it's either force yourself to do the script or not doing the video. And I choose the first option so you guys have a video. Because I enjoy making videos. Anyhow, also something that happened while all of that stuff was going on, that my eyes got extremely light sensitive. And it started even before I scripted this video, but at the point of me finding Milo, that day my eyes hurt for about 30 minutes. And I wasn't able to see any light during those 30 minutes. And at the time of writing this part of the script, which I'm reading way later, it is the 12th of April 2021. And at the time of recording this, as I just mentioned, it's the 4th of May. Anyways, my eyes still weren't better at the time, and on the 15th, I actually got it checked. That's also why I didn't play for a week. The game actually has a rather brighter color palette, and since I don't want to damage my eyes, I stopped playing, and it really hurt, and my eye actually hurts now slightly as well, because I have a cold and just light sensitivity, which the doc said, hey, it'll just go away, you know, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, nice. So yeah, if it's all better, I will continue scripting, not like you'll notice as the video's out by then. And I finished a part of the script. Anyhow, I'll see you soon. So I continue the script on the 16th of April, one day after my eye doctor, since I can't really do anything against it. I will wear sunglasses for playing to make it easier, Miles, though. Like, seriously. Stay healthy, especially with your eyes. They're extremely important, and to anyone who's blind out there, you have my respect. I couldn't live like you at any point in my life, and it's crazy to think about, because deductively reject everything, and since I don't want to fuck up my eyes, I'm sitting here wearing sunglasses while playing a video game. Anyhow, sorry about that small notes. If you followed me on Twitter, you probably already know all of this. Anyhow, back to the game. I kill Marnie and go to rest. I enter the gym, Musayama goes to level 25, and Benimaru to 26, and I get myself a level 24 Warpix, which I want to call Tanya, but end up calling it 10 by accident. I fucking want to die. Anyhow, we go to fight Kabu. I cut scripting these parts and battles entirely because it was so difficult. I'm so sorry. I just couldn't anymore because it was so hard to script. Anyhow, I kill the bastard and Sky goes to level 29 and Rimuru 25. We get the badge and a small motivational speech from Kabu and release 10, but at an extremely annoying to catch Noivern, and that's what I call Tanya. And Benimaru goes to 27, also like Tanya the Gletscher from the Saga of Tanya the Evil. I mean, if I use names from characters that I actually can show, I will. I mean, I will show those characters because if I get banned over a still image of a character or the game cartridge, I don't fucking care. But if it is the actual gameplay, fuck you. Anyhow, Benimaru levels up to 27 and we arrive, beat SNRs, and we go to Amalok. Things start to speed up. And we got story from Sonia. We head on and level. So my current team is Musayama at level 26, Satori at level 29, Rimuru at level 26, Skylar at level 30, Benimaru at 28, and Tanya at 28. So I go to the next town and call it a day. And the end of part 1. Yes, this is a multiple part thing because it is extremely long. And yeah, I both asked on a YouTube family amino and on Twitter, so I had 2 points. On Twitter, no one of you guys, or generally no one voted, and on Amino, only one person did. Where I usually have more results in total, so I was like, I don't know what to do. So shout out to the one person that voted. You got what you wanted. But they actually said multiple parts. Anyhow, since only one person voted, I also asked Skylar and asked what they'd prefer watching. And so yeah, I've been watching this. They also said more parts, so that's what I'll do because scripting is extremely hard and I'll probably put all of these videos together into one big one after it's all done, just so you guys know, because I personally would rather watch one long video of the whole review rather than one short video, than several short videos of a game that I thought is rather short. So, for example, if I watch a review on something, I want it in one video so I know the conclusion at the end. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but it's just easier for me to do. So, yeah, I actually saw now to how I found the game now and how I rate it. So, anyways, I enjoyed the game until now. Not too bad animation, story is slow, but that is just Pokemon and these games in general. I mean, I'm bored of the games themselves and I don't really enjoy them anymore, so I'm not too great of a standard for this, but I still think it's not bad so far. For now, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. So, rather good, not bit better than average, but not too great and also not too bad. Yeah, that's what I'd rate the game. So yeah, anyhow, that's all I can record and cut at the moment. So I'll see you at some point in the future, hopefully with another Shield review. So yeah, please follow me on my Instagram at photographerkuro, on Twitch at photographerkuro, and on Twitter, my most active social media, at karatorikikuro. Sayonara and ciao. Stay safe, stay healthy. This is Editing Kuro here. This was actually done in 2 separate voice recordings. It's actually less than I thought I would need for this long video. I'm sorry, I'm just laughing right now. Because I wanted it to actually be more of a one taker, just so I could actually, it would actually be more realistic, and I generally enjoy recording this video. I mean, I can also probably tell you about this. Currently, I'm having general issues also with my health, as you probably heard from the one cough in the video. I had a cold over the weekend, and yeah, so it wasn't too much fun. Anyhow, I hope to see you soon. Sayonara, ciao.